You may hear the fan in the background like you did on the other video. I decided to separate the frame from the engine and take a closer look at things. And this verifies what I remember, is that on the Honda Express SR, the piston in its natural state at bottom dead center almost completely opens the exhaust port, which is nice. I don't know, let's see. I mean, maybe a millimeter. You would have to space it up. Now the other, it does block all of the other transfer ports a little bit at bottom dead center. And this is kind of neat. I just took some old wrist pins and used them as spacers here. And then probably want to examine the state of the piston and cylinder, and it's actually in really nice shape. So if you pull this off, I don't know, can you might, I mean, I don't really see much of any scoring at all. You know, I could probably give it a quick hone. And then the piston, a little bit of blow by on the sides, right there, but overall, not terrible. We can run that again if we want. I'll probably just go ahead and peel off, I will, scrape off that gasket and put a new base gasket and stuff on. And I'll see if I can show this to you, but well, let's measure it right now. Let me get my measuring device. Alright, obtained. What's on the film here? Where well, we need to move this so you can see down a bit. As you can see, we've removed the oil pump. I just want to wonder if I can. Yeah, I doubt it. Maybe from this. What we're going to do here, the best we can, just let me look at it from the other side. One moment, please. What do we got? 1.25 inches. So I'm basically measuring from the front of the cylinder to the very start of the exhaust port. Is it beyond 1.25 inches? Sorry. Let's go back to 1 1/4 inches. Maybe this side angle will enlighten me. Maybe just beyond 1 1/4 inches. It looks like 1 inch and 5/30. Is that right? 5/32. So all I want to do, there's the top edge of the exhaust port, is I'm going to get in there and I'm going to raise that up a couple millimeters. But unlike in the past, I'm going to still keep the size of the exhaust port down here as it is, and I'll just open up the part right near the cylinder wall. So maybe we'll show some of that here in a little bit. Let's look at some other things. Okay, I went ahead and took off the cover, which has the stator built in, and I'll change this seal. And then this has the electric start, so it's got this special tooth flywheel. I don't know, yeah, you can kind of see them in there, and apparently the electric start works. So that's a nice thing to have. And here's the starter here. And then I took the carburetor off, and I just wanted to verify the main jet, which I believe is a 65, but I guess somebody's been in there because they used non-matching nuts to attach the carburetor. So, but we won't hold that against them. Not at all. No. So I just should be a 65, and then I found a pod filter for this. And so I'm going to clean up a little bit, and let's do a little Honda Express cylinder porting. Here, I'll let you look at it too. I don't know if you can. If that's any good. It looks like it says 78 or 72, but that looks like an 8. It's probably not going to focus for you. Let me. I'm going to say 78. Alright. That's a new one on me too, I think. Alright, if that's right, a 78. I don't know why. I thought these came with a 65 jet stock. If anybody can confirm or deny that, feel free to shoot it down below in the comments. But no wonder the seller referred to it as a turd, because I'm thinking it was significantly overjetted. Of course, I've seen this many times before. People think they put in a bigger main jet and they're going to just blast off to the moon, when in fact it does the exact opposite. So anyhow, we'll see how she runs. I guess I just started it up, right? But sorry, I'm trying to and it looks like, not pointing any fingers or anything, but looks like this set out in somebody's yard and they blew grass on it every time they mowed the yard, because there's grass clippings all over this thing. I'm going to say, you know, that's not how it's done, my friends. That's not how you treat these things. All right, we're going to do a little dremeling. And is that the best light we've got? Anyhow, we shall see. There you go. So you can see the exhaust port. And I'm just going to take that edge at the very end, right where it meets the cylinder wall, and open that up about 2 or 3 millimeters. And, you know, I'm sure you can get much more involved than that. And here's my tool I got off the CNC machining site. Move you forward. A little bit out of my way. And really one of the easiest things and probably most effective things you can do is raise the exhaust port. But I'm going to leave this real narrow here. And you know, in the past I'd open this up at the base. But if you watch the video of the most powerful two-stroke engine by Two-Stroke Stuffin', he says you want to open it up towards, at the end here, towards the cylinder wall, actually all the way around, but all you want to do is raise the exhaust port on this, on the one side towards the front of the cylinder. You don't want to open up the side heading facing, or at the back, towards the back of the cylinder. But how's the best way to do this? You want to I don't know, maybe this is a, you know, picture this as the exhaust port, and you know your piston's going like that, right? So you see how it's tapered? You want it open towards the end and tapered down. So we're going to do that. But I'm just going to raise the exhaust port. I'm not going to touch the other side. And Kevin O'Connor Racing has a good video on cylinder porting. So I'm not going to deal with anything on the very end here. I'm going to go towards the other end and open that up some. But I won't get to the very edge of the cylinder wall. I won't do that till the end. And then I'll raise that 2 or 3 millimeters. And where did it go? I'll show you my other Dremel bit here in a minute. Let's see how she does here. And you don't need a whole lot of RPMs on your Dremel, maybe 10,000. You don't want to force the bit in. You know, light pressure. And it'll take a little while, but we'll give it a shot here. Let's see if I can strap this down some. And of course you want to wear, you don't really want to breathe in this stuff. Wear a mask, eye protection. You don't want it in your eyes. I can just keep this. I'm moving around so much. I know it's not the best angle for you, but you know, just bear with me. And the lighting could be better. Now it's even worse for me. So I'm just going right up to the edge and not over the edge right now. So we'll deal with that later. Just going to open it up a bit, right up to the edge, not to the very edge. And I'm just going to lightly just take off that carbon buildup. I'm not going to, towards the end here, I'm just going to take off the carbon since I'm here. So I'm not really taking off any metal up close here, only towards the edge. Because it's a mess. All right, we need to adjust this because I blocked all my light. See if we can do something like this. It's a little better. Could still use more light. All right, let's see if I can rig something up here. That's a little better. Still got some shadows. If I could do it from here. Yeah, good luck, right? I need two hands. Can you hold this for me for a minute? Yeah, we'll have to do the best we can, right? Lighting is key. Sorry. You want to always keep the Dremel moving. So you get the idea. I'll return in a bit. All right, I found a little better angle, kind of. I don't know if you can see or not, but maybe you can. I can see better. Alright, I probably need to switch bits. Try to scooch in closer. Oh, what did I do with that? There's that bit. I think, you know, it's like a haircut. You can always take more off later, right? You can't put it back on. But, you know, frankly, so here's my other bit. I might have to adjust the angle here. Alright, I'll try to show you some of this with this bit. That'll just stay. You get the idea. Alright, this last bit, I just need to open up where the pipe fits in so I can get this MLM pipe to fit. The exhaust gasket won't come out, but it might change its mind. Stop moving. I guess I don't need you. Guess I can just put it flat down at this point. What is that? I'm going to hit the gasket. Well, you get the idea. So I'll finish it off with some hand sanding to kind of camfer that port. Alright, we're back. So I've got to clean this out and see if the exhaust fits. Yeah, you got to clean up this mess, right? Look at all these shavings. And I've raised the exhaust port about 3/32. I don't know, can't do the math, but I imagine that's around 2 millimeters. And I'm going to, well, let's see, we're going to do a little bit by hand. Pardon me. Let's see if I can locate this. Other things you can do is I like to shave this down on both sides. And if you want to run a windowed piston, you can put a window here or a notch here. I'm not going to get into all that this time around. Let me get this mess out of the way, right? It's a messy process. So what I'll do now, before I try to clean it, you're not not going to be able to see. That's just the way it is, right? Is I just take some sandpaper on a chopstick, and I probably ought to tape this on. Just try to bevel that edge some and kind of even out my work. I've got some files too. Let's take a file. That feels better. And you tend to favor one side depending on if you're right-handed or left-handed. So you can kind of take the file and fix the shape of things. And you know, this will probably open it up just a little more. Yeah, that looks starting to look better. Am I hitting the top of that? And kind of look at it and check your work. You get the idea. But yeah, you can definitely, you can take off quite a bit of this. Same on the other side. And then you could carve a window in here if you're running a window piston or a notch. Take a notch out of it. That's a lot of metal work though. You know, metalworking, it's kind of fun for a while, but yeah. So there you go. Here, I'll show you cleaning out the ports and stuff from those metal shavings and dust. I just stuff some paper towels, spray some WD-40 on them, and just shove them through. So let's see if you can. You can see they're a mess. So do that a few times just to want to get all that. Is that a gasket? Yes, it is. To get all that. It's funny. It looks like we've got an A written here, and then inside here is a C. So cleaning is time consuming. Let's do it. Good idea. grab something. Try and keep this dust down. Pretty good. I wonder if I should do the head some too. I'll do a little hand sanding and soften that up. That's good enough. We could fiddle with this till the end of time, but that's flat. I mean, I could take out those scratches on the edges, but those don't matter.